Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to talk about the infuriating Game 136 of the regular season where the Astros would lose 4-3 in walk-off fashion to the San Diego Padres. Now, this game was bad. The offense wasn't great. Luis Garcia had a horrible first inning, but then was solid throughout. Ryan Stennick gave up the walk-off home run, but I'm going to cop out. Joe West is horrific. And Joe West, as an umpire, sort of escaped my, angry eye to this point of the channel. I haven't really had much to talk about with Joe West. But today's the day, everybody, because, oh boy, the ninth inning was horrific. Really, the entire day was horrific for Joe West. The ninth inning just really exemplified that. Two horrific strike calls in a 3-0 count and then a 3-1 count to Yuli to fill the count, even though it should not have gotten anywhere close to that. They were horrible. Yuli jawed at him. Completely valid. I would have, if Yuli strikes out there, he chews him out and gets ejected. And I would have been totally for Yuli because those were just horrible, horrible calls. Correa, 1-2 count, strikes out on a pitch that was solid 5-6 inches out of the zone. Nowhere close to a ball. It was a terrible pitch, and it was a terrible frame job. I have no idea why you call that a strike, other than the fact that Joe West is just a blind umpire who, for some reason, even after a long time of people saying, this guy is awful, he is ruining games, is still in Major League Baseball. I don't understand. I don't know what bodies he knows are buried, but him and Angel Hernandez must have witnessed a lot of murders by every commissioner of Major League Baseball, because that is the only reason I can still see why they are in this league. There's no other reason. These guys are horrible. That was just a terrible way to end the Astros' offensive day today. Runners at the corners. I know it's 2 outs. The Astros have a stacked lineup. They could have easily got a hit there. They could have easily got more than that. Correa already had a home run in this game. Is it unreasonable to think he might have had another one or another hit in him? That's a reasonable thing to think about. But instead, strikeout. Luis Garcia had a bad first inning, gave up 3 runs. Through that, the rest of the pitching staff was great, along with Luis Garcia after that. The offense was mediocre. RBI single by Bregman in the first. Back-to-back home runs by Yuli Gurriel and Correa. I'm only going to put these on for a second because I'm sad with the game, and I'm going to change subjects in a second. The pitching staff today was okay. Luis Garcia for the day, 5 2/3, 3 earned runs, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Take out the first inning, he was magnificent. Put that in there, he was still okay. Brooks Raley got 1 out in the 6th, just as that was it. That was his entire day. Brooks Raley was fine. Gave up a walk, but it's fine. Can't think of it. Kendall Graveman, inning of work, got a double play. Solid inning. A couple of really nice double plays, both just physically by the rocket arm of Correa, but also a couple of nice plays with just thinking, just smart plays. Also, Luis Garcia had a sick play today, getting over to first for a double play, which you love to see from your pitcher. Ryan Stennick also later on had a super good play defensively, but we don't get to laugh and enjoy that because we ended up losing the game in the next batter. And that's a bummer, because that was a really funny play by Ryan Stennick, getting that catch. That is S-tier level catch right there, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of S-tier level things, how about the bring back of the purple and teal Diamondback jerseys yesterday? Oh, those things are beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to change gears for a second. So that was it, by the way, for the game. It was mediocre at best. It was rough. And I kind of want to talk about yesterday, because I didn't really understand the full magnitude of it, and now I do. Christian Javier is going to be the topic of discussion for the next few minutes, because, oh boy, where to start with this? So he pitched yesterday, gave up 4 earned runs, was pretty bad. There's no real other way around it. And I don't understand why Christian Javier is still coming out of the bullpen. I really just don't understand why. This is a thing, if I'm being honest with you guys. Christian Javier has shown that he is a good starting pitcher. He has shown that he is a very good starting pitcher. Last year, he started all but 2 of the games. He had a 1.28 ERA plus. I don't understand why he isn't a starting pitcher. This season, he has pretty good numbers overall, but he is a much better pitcher when he's starting. 9 games started this season, 21 coming out of the pen. Innings are somewhat comparable, 48 2/3 as a starter, 39 1/3 as a reliever. The ERAs are dramatically different. a 4-1-3 or a 3-1-4, excuse me, as a starter, a 3-4-3 as a reliever. That is a significant jump. That's 3/10 of a run. That's a big uptick. You can look at walks. He's given up 4 more walks in about 10 less innings or 10 more innings as a starter. He's giving up less walks. Whip is just crazy bonkers to look at. Whip percentage, again, walks and hits over innings pitched, reliever, or as a starter, 1.027. That's a very good whip. That's solid. As a reliever, it jumps to 1.322. That is a massive increase. That is about a third of a runner more per inning on average. That's a massive uptick. You can look at those numbers. You can look at the fact of just actual batting numbers against him. As a starter this year, 173 batting average against. As a reliever, 191. That's a big uptick. On base, another big uptick. From 273, which is not great, 313. That's about league average. That's a big jump. Slugging, same thing. You see it go from 339 to 369. Nice. That's bad. You can look at those. Those are big numbers. I don't get it. And then recently, coming out of the pen, I think since June, he has around like a 4.5 ERA coming out of the bullpen. And I just don't get it. Like, Christian Javier is a good pitcher to have, but if we're going to continue to use him out of the bullpen, I don't think it's worth it. Like a 3, even if he keeps the ERA, right? Like, even if you move him back to the starting position and he still has the same ERA this season, which is 3.27. As a starting pitcher, that's okay. You can survive with that. But a 3.27 ERA from a reliever just isn't that impressive. A 1.31 ERA plus from a reliever just isn't that impressive. It's okay. It's a solid relief arm, but that's much better served as a starting pitcher who's going to soak up a lot of innings. Last year, he was able to soak up quite a few innings. I believe he was second in innings pitched last year on our staff. Might have been second or third. It was right around there with can't think of it, man. Fromber. It was right around there. Like, I don't understand why we're using him out of the pen. It doesn't make any sense. And I say this, I want to keep him. I want him on this team in the rotation with guys like McCullers, with guys like Fromber, with guys like, if he ever actually comes up and debuts, like Forrest Whitley down the line in the future. But if we're going to continue to use Christian Javier as a bullpen arm, and misuse him, I guess I should say, I think it's a genuine thought to trade him because we're just not using him to his full potential. And it's really frustrating because we continue to do this. And when you have a guy who is struggling mightily this season, like Jake Odorizzi, who had 1 game this year coming out of the pen, then went 4 innings and didn't give up a run, only gave up 2 hits, I don't get why you don't want to change spots with him. At least try it. It's kind of ridiculous. It's incredibly frustrating. He's having a good season this year. And the fact that we just are letting him kind of wither away in the bullpen is mind-numbing to me, if I'm being completely honest with you. Anyway, wanted to get that piece out of the way, and the actual game recap was only going to take like 2 minutes anyway, so I wanted to fill up some more time anyway. So, that was it for the game. Luckily, Oakland got crushed again, I think it was a crushing game. I believe it was 10-2 or something along those lines. It was a beatdown by the hands. 8-0 by the hands of Toronto. So thank you guys coming in clutch there. Tomorrow we play the Mariners at 7:10 Eastern, 6:10 Central. They send Yusei Kikuchi to the mound versus our boy Lance McCullers Jr. Oh, that could be fun. I am hoping for a good game from Lance. That'll be, like I said, again, tomorrow, 7:10 Eastern, 3:10. Why do I keep saying 3:10? 6:10 Central. I'm going to get it. My brain's fried. Anyway, I'll be here tomorrow after that game. So, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. And as always, go Stros.